if you want to get at us for some advertising, hit me up right now. OGOD@hiphopun.com. That's OGOD@hiphopun.com. We got advertising specials lined up right now. Let's work. It's summertime. Let's get your business. Let's get your brand out there for millions of people to see. It's OGOD@hiphopun.com. The link is right there at the top line of the description. Let's work.
That's not a good one.
So DMX, man, he had a naming ceremony this week. The whole family was there, but his son, his firstborn, Xavier, spoke out. Mm-hmm. Let me play this.
Now, there is absolutely no way that you will close this ceremony, we will not hear from his original entire family. So, Mommy, please stand next to my side. Mommy, please. Please. Sean. Praise. Tacoma. Come here. Auntie Ray Cook, come on. Listen. Right is right, wrong is wrong. We are here. Firstly, thank you to the entire city of Yonkers. Thank you to Mayor Spano. Thank you to Tasha Diaz. And thank you to Cherie. Without your groundwork, foot on the ground, none of this is possible. This is your vision. From reaching out to people on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, gathering up the signatures, making sure that everyone is on board to get this signed.
Ooh, so things got kind of... I respect the hell out of that shit. I don't know, like, a lot of the whole the backstory, you know what I mean, behind it. But obviously he feels like they was going to try to have a ceremony with his new family and kind of keep them in the background. They'll be there and I'll let them speak and had it. I feel that shit. Like, he remember he was talking about them on his tracks. Mm-hmm. A couple in there. That was his pride and joy, his children, you know, his first wife. These are the people that... You know, this is the essence of DMX. And look at his son, look like him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Got that look in his eye.
Speak like him.
Hell yeah. He ready to fuck some shit up up there. But I salute, you know, Xavier, right?
Yeah.
Xavier.
Simmons, yeah.
You know what I mean? For being the backbone and the mouthpiece for the family. Now his father, you know, is not here. So what was your take? We both watched that for the first time together.
Yeah, man. It reminds me of, I remember I was at my uncle's wedding a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. And his wife at the time was kind of doing her best to try to exclude our family out of situations, right? And when you do that and the family feels that and they've been around them, eventually shit just boils.
Oh, yeah.
And boils. And it boils over and you get reactions and it seemingly feels like at the worst times. Like it boiled over to where shit went down at the wedding reception. I won't give details, but shit went down at the wedding reception and it went down, right? That shit boiled over and people had enough. And it seemed like a situation where maybe they were invited to the event, maybe they weren't, right? But they were there. And their father and their ex-husband and their man was being honored. And everything was going on, but you're going to leave a big piece of his legacy out. And you give that man a moment to speak, and that's when shit boiled over, right? And then if you're looking at it for the first time, you're looking at it without really understanding, you can go, okay, well, maybe that brother should have done that at a different time because it takes away from the honoring of his dad. But we don't know what happened prior to that. We don't know if they walked in civilly thinking they were all going to be honored, only to find out that they were going to be excluded from shit, and how that made them feel as their dad is no longer here and is being honored, and you're trying to erase his bloodline out of his legacy. So I completely understand that brother's frustration. Although he was frustrated, he spoke with eloquence. He spoke very clearly. You know what I mean? He wasn't out there running around cursing or anything. He was giving props to his people. Yep. And he also went and pointed out to people he wasn't. And they muted his mic and they did everything to kind of silence him. So I'm not going to get into what's right and what's wrong. I'm going to salute that brother for going out there and speaking his truth and allowing you know what I mean, the full side of the family to go ahead and be acknowledged and honored, and hopefully they can work that shit up behind the scenes, because it seemed like it was a lot that happened that we don't know about.
Yep.
That stemmed and boiled to the point that we saw, man. So and them family dynamics get complicated when people get remarried or other families get involved, and you know how women are, like.
Start trying to control everything.
When they want to control everything, and everything that they would be one and only piece, and this piece isn't allowed. So I'm sure it was a lot of real.
I'm his wife now. Fuck her. He ain't want to be with that chick.
And the kids, you wasn't there. You didn't do this and all this shit. So, but I'm glad he got the speaker's piece. I'm glad that DMX is being honored, and unfortunately, we had to see some family dynamics being exposed to the world that hopefully, we really shouldn't have had been privy to see. But hey, if it had to be said there, it had to be said there, man. So salute to him.
Right. So last week, man, we talked about Ha Davis and him talking about his girl, his wife getting drilled. Well, he since retracted it. I guess his girl made him. I went back and listened to it. I think he's lying. I don't think he's lying about it happened. I think now that he got the backlash was so crazy, and his girl, I guess, wasn't really feeling it, that the story went out there, that he's now saying he was just joking. He was lying. First, do you believe that? And do you believe in this whole humiliation ritual? Because if he was telling the truth, which I believe, or if he wasn't, it just seemed like he was like, well, when you get in a certain place, you just got to try certain things. Almost like he was kind of forced into doing it to me. Like, you know what I mean? That's the vibe that I got. I'm just giving you my opinion.
Yeah.
But what do you think about him retracting?
He's giving me the vibe that he would do anything for $1. Or do anything for fame. That's the vibe I'm getting, and that's not a good vibe. You know what I mean? Because you're willing to say anything, you're willing to do anything. I remember when the snowstorm happened, he had a thing where he was out there throwing around a flamethrower, and I guess it didn't get the reactions he wanted to get. He was trying to burn snow in the snow. Remember that badass snowstorm was fucking.
Oh yeah, okay, right.
He was burning the snow. He had a little scare where he was trying to burn snow. People criticized, so he took it down. So he's really influenced by what people say and even at this stature in your life, you've got millions of views. You eat, you're doing good. You still are affected by what people are saying and how they're moving around you. So it just seems like he is willing to do anything for $1, willing to say anything for $1, and he exploited some of his bedroom antics, and whether it was all true or not, I'm sure some of it was very true. That's why he said it.
Of course.
And now he's regretting it, or he made his girl look like a hoe and him look like a simp, so now he has to go back and retract it. I'm going to answer your question. Do I think it's a humiliation ritual? I think that people will do what you allow them to do, or people will do. Well, people will ask you to do as much as you will allow them to ask you. Mm-hmm. If you open the door and say, okay, well, I want you to kiss that dude. Oh, okay. Oh, I want you to wear that dress. Oh, okay. Well, shit. Well, fuck it. What else will you do? I mean, I want you to do this. And if you just keep saying, okay, they're going to throw shit at you. Don't blame them for you saying yes. Because you could equally just say, nah, I'm not with it. You could equally said, hey, your wife wanted to fuck another dude. Hey, babe, I ain't with that.
Hey, ha.
Right.
You got this skip. You can put on a dress.
How much?
Yeah. Ha.
You know what I mean? Ha. So, I mean, these influencers nowadays, and he's not the only one, they just kind of give me the vibe that they will allow themselves to be humiliated. They will be humiliated just as much as you allow the door to open. Because I don't think me and you know, doors are starting to open with me with this acting shit and all this shit. People know there's shit that I'm not doing.
Right.
I put my thing down right from the jump.
Right.
I'm a grown ass man. I got kids. There's things that I'm not gonna be out here doing. You know what I mean? And people will respect that shit, but they will try to ask you as much as you will allow them to ask you. And I think that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, if they said they want somebody to play a gay role, they might like, you into that? I'm sure they probably ask you, like, would you like to play this or that, or nah.
A lot of my roles, a lot of the first roles that were offered to me,
right.
Homosexual man, this, that. And I'm like, no disrespect to the homosexual community. I'm sure that there are other actors that could portray this way better than me. I wouldn't be comfortable as a man and as a father to be able to act this out and then have to answer to my son and my daughter, because I'm going to watch it. I want them to watch my work. Right? If I do a love scene with a woman, it's kind of hard to explain as I sit there with my wife and go, okay, well, this is just acting. I ain't sitting there with no fucking man doing it.
You gotta do it over and over and over. Not like it's just one time, over and over.
And you gotta get into that. Like, if I'm gonna be that character, I gotta be that character. I'm not comfortable with it. So they will only, you could do what you allow them to let you